Hello and welcome back to the final episode of the Football Manager 2019 save with Dortmund. It's gone on a bit longer than I thought it was going to. You know, originally this was meant to be a beta save and we're a little bit past the beta now, maybe by like a week and a half. So it's gone on a little bit longer than I thought, but I'm pretty excited to announce that on Monday, the new series with Lincoln United is going to be starting. The Lincoln Loco 2 is what we're going to call it, I think. That's probably the best name for it. So look forward to that on Monday. That's going to be coming out Monday at 8 o'clock. We're going to do a premiere. So it's going to be like a live stream, but not a live stream. It's a recorded video, but sort of comes out as a live stream. So we'll all be in a chat together, talking to each other. So make sure you join me then at 8 o'clock on Monday. In today's episode, we have got the final two games of the Bundesliga season. We're playing against Fortuna Dusseldorf and Borussia Mönchengladbach, or Mönchengladbach. Again, I think it's an English thing. I just pronounce things really wrong. And Mönchengladbach is one of those ways that I'm going to pronounce wrong. Now, since you were last here for the 2-2 draw with Freiburg and the 3-1 win over Schalke, we had 4 games left and we have to win them all, basically, if we want to win the title. And we've done 50% of the job. We've won the 2 games in between episodes. A Marco Reus penalty actually won the game against Wolfsburg for us. Injury to Schmelzer and Pulisic in that game, but we managed to come through and win it 1-0. And in the following game against Werder Bremen, we managed to win that 2-0. Marco Reus with a brace and a man sent off as well, just for half-time. So that really helped us out a little bit as well to sort of make it a bit more comfortable. So we've done half of the job. Ideally, we needed 12 points from 12 points available. However, in the meantime, as we won both of our games, Bayer Leverkusen have drawn in one of their games, won the other one. So they now go 2 points behind us, as you can see. So as you can see, because of Leverkusen's draw, we go 2 points ahead of them. And we are now 3 points ahead of Frankfurt as well, which is very nice. I don't think we need to worry about Bayern Munich now that we're 5 points ahead of them with 6 points available. I think we should do enough in today's episode to make sure we don't lose a place to Bayern Munich at least. And then after Bayern Munich, Leipzig are they're a good few points, 7 points behind us now. So we can't drop further down than 4th. But, you know, that's a big jump, isn't it? From 1st to 4th. Potentially the title, potentially just in the Champions League. It's a bit of a weird one. Hopefully we'll pull through, but you never know with me and Football Manager. And the way things have gone this season, it's really up in arms and could be anyone's game. Unfortunately, we do have some injuries to some key players. Schmelzer, not so key, but in that game he did get injured. He did damage his cruciate ligament, so he's out for 5 to 7 months. So probably a career ender actually, or at least a top flight career ender. He won't really play that high anymore, I don't think. Schmelzer. Ashraf is out for the rest of the season as well with a thigh strain, so that's very unfortunate at right back. Witsel also out with a bruised foot. He may play in today's game, but I don't think he's going to be fit enough to play, or he's not really worth risking him. And then Pulisic also out with food poisoning, so I don't think he can play either. I think he's pretty much out of it, which isn't great, so we are missing some key players today. Although, to be fair, it does say here, actually, that Witsel and Pulisic are good to play, so maybe we do play them in today's game. Perhaps it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's quite nice that it's 2 key players that we thought could miss the game aren't going to miss the game. And finally, before we do get into the first game of today's episode, it's worth noting as well that the Dortmund under-19s won the Under-19s Champions League. They beat Hoffenheim in the final of all teams, 3-1, which is pretty good going. So, Borussia Dortmund, Under-19s, are champions of Europe in the Under-19 sense, which is pretty good. They go along 2-time winners Barcelona, 2-time winners Chelsea, and 1-time winner RB Salzburg. So, I've got to say, you know, that's pretty impressive stuff. Hopefully we can add to that silverware by winning the Bundesliga, and hopefully we can make a good step towards that today with this lineup in today's game against Fortuna Dusseldorf. So Berkey stays in goal as per usual. Guerrero at left back. Toljan at right back comes in for the injured Hakimi. Diallo and Akanji make the centre defensive partnership, and just in front of them, Witsel is actually going to play. We will trust him, I think, to play in today's game. I think he should be okay. De Hood is going to play on the left. Weigl is going to play on the right of the midfield. And then Royce is going to play out way left on the left wing. Pulisic on the right wing. And, of course, Paco Alcacer, who's only scored 11 goals, actually, this season in the league. Did expect more from him. Did expect it to be a little bit better. He's obviously not returned that well, but we have done well for goals across the pitch. I think Royce has got more goals than Paco Alcacer, but we have got a lot of goals from a lot of players across the pitch. While I've got your attention as well, I just want to draw your attention to a friend of mine who is doing a charity walk, but it's not just any charity walk. He's walking from Bradford in United Kingdom to London in the United Kingdom. And if you don't know how far that is, that's about 200 miles. So that's a long way to walk. And he's doing it in 4 days for some stupid reason. So hopefully he's going to raise a lot of money for charity. I think they're nearly around the £1,000 mark actually, which is really, really good going. I'll leave a link in the description to their Just Giving page if you want to donate some money. They're raising money for a charity called Scope, which is all about helping disabled people in the workplace and things like that, which is a really nice charity, I think. Really good. Paco Alcacer just scored for us, so he clearly supports that charity. He's going to be donating some money later on this episode, I'm sure he will do. So a link down in the description if you want to donate to them. It would be really appreciated. You don't have to, of course. It's obviously optional, but if you'd like to donate, it's a great charity. He's doing a walk 50 miles a day, pretty much they're walking, which I honestly don't think is possible. I mean, they're doing it. They're doing pretty well so far, but I mean, that's a long walk, and I don't think they're going to survive it. So if they survive it, they'll have deserved the money that they've raised for charity, that, you know, they'll have deserved that and earned that well. If they don't survive it and they die, then don't let them die for nothing. Make sure you give them a bit of money to donate to. Right, good start to the game, though. We are 1-0 up. Paco Alcacer scored his 12th league goal of the season. I think that puts him on par with Royce. I think Royce has got 12 league goals, so they'll be fighting out for the top league goal scorer in the club. We do lose possession, though, in the attacking third, and now Fortuna Dusseldorf can come forward. They're fighting for their lives, our Fortuna Dusseldorf, as you can see here. They're in the relegation playoff. Paco Alcacer gets his 21st goal of the season in total, 13th of the league. So he's actually done pretty well so far this season. 20 goals overall is decent. As I was saying, though, Fortuna Dusseldorf trying to fight for survival right now. They're just sitting outside the relegation playoff zone, as you can see down here in 16th. Obviously, we're fighting for the top of the table. Bayer Leverkusen clearly winning because they're still 2 points behind us. Marco Reus, with his reply, gets his 13th league goal of the season. So they really are battling it out. It's Reus's 20th goal overall. So tight between these two. I think Royce has probably been better overall this season. I think he's got a few more assists. But Paco Alcacer, in the last few games or so, really trying to put the pressure on him. Those goals mean that they actually do go down into the relegation playoff for Fortuna Dusseldorf. Werder Bremen either winning or drawing. They go ahead of them, although they may have just... Oh, Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's exciting down the bottom of the table, to be fair, watching that. Let's have a quick look at what's going on elsewhere. So we're looking for Dusseldorf and Werder Bremen and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Borussia are drawing with Nuremberg. And then where are... Oh, it's gone now. We don't care. Did we score a third goal? No, we scored 3 already, didn't we? I thought we just scored another one. Well, I've got to say, a pretty good half that. Passionately. Very pleased with your performance. Keep it going out there, lads. We're doing our bit at least. You know, this game looks done and dusted already. So we're doing our bit for the league title. As long as we don't lose this game and we don't lose the next one, we're winning the title. In fact, yeah, as long as we don't lose the next game, we should win the title. Guerrero hits the post. Pulisic with the rebound puts it in the back of the net to make it 4-0. And this is the reason why we're not going to lose a title as long as we don't lose the next game. As you can see from my goal difference here, it is miles better than Frankfurt and Bayer Leverkusen. So even if we draw the next game and Bayer Leverkusen win it, then we should still win the league on goal difference, I believe, as Witsel collects the ball into Wiegel. Wiegel can pile them in from distance. So can Dahoud, to be fair. Keeper made a very decent save there. We are really turning on the style in this game. If only we could have done this like a few weeks ago, and then we wouldn't have to have this like squeaky bum time as we try and win the title. It's still, you know, up in the air. We could lose the next game, of course, and Bayer Leverkusen could win, and we could lose it on the last day of the season. That would be awful, but I'd love to win the Bundesliga because I've never won it before. And that would be something else to add to my trophy cabinet. I mean, we've really had a bit of a demolition job today. 18 shots there, 1 shot. It really has been a pretty decent game. We will make 1 or 2 changes out there just to rest a few players. Everyone's playing really well, though. That's the issue. So actually, I think we've got a week off, actually, before the next game. So there's no point making the subs now. We'll just leave it as it is. Although on second thoughts, maybe it is a good idea to take off Witsel and Pulisic just so they have got knocks and food poisoning. So we'll do that very quickly. We can bring on Toprak in that CDM role, which is fine, and we can bring on Sancho for Pulisic on the right hand side of the pitch. That's fine. Those 2 changes the last 10 minutes or so. Those 2 changes, though, have sealed the win as the clock ticks down the final few seconds. We've won it 4-0 on the day, so we've done 50% of the job we needed to in this episode. Now we just need to go into the next game and win it. Right then, 6 days until the Borussia Mönchengladbach game. That is D-Day for us. We have to win on that day. It's probably worth checking out who Bayer Leverkusen have in a moment as well. Gladbach, though, down in 16th, which means that they're going to be fighting. They're really going to put up a fight so they don't get relegated. Obviously, they're in a real danger of being relegated. If they don't win, they probably will go down. So they're going to be, you know, motivated to win the game. So it's probably going to be harder than you might think. Leverkusen have Hertha Berlin on the last day of the season, who are sitting 7th in the table. Is that? I think that's just inside. It's just inside the Europa League places. Freiburg, who were top of the table for such a long time this season. I don't know if you can see it. Well, I don't know. They were top of the table for a long time. Have now dropped outside of European places. What a shame that will be for them if they don't manage to get it. Hopefully, Hertha Berlin, though, will beat Bayer Leverkusen for us. That would make things a little bit nicer for me. Classically, I've been told to hold a team meeting. Let's do it, shall we? Let's do it. It's the last game of seasons, and we've put ourselves in position for pole. When you step out on the pitch, do all you can to win and become the Borussia Dortmund legends. Let's say that. That sounds good to me. That sounds really good. And why are some players... 5 players don't really seem to... They've become nervous. Fortunately, apart from Guerrero, none of them are first-team players. So I'm going to say I'm pleased with that overall reaction. I respect those of you who don't agree with me. Most of the team, bar from a few, seem happy. Guerrero, not so happy. I just have a love-hate relationship with Guerrero. I love him because he's a really, really good wing-back. But I hate him because he's always injured, he wants to leave the club, and now he's scared to win the title. Like, he's just... I just don't understand him. Right, well, I mean, we did a pretty solid job last game, didn't we? 4-0. So I don't really feel like I need to change anything. So we're going to go straight into the game. Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Borussia Dortmund. No changes made. Let's do it. Let's just do it. It's a bit scary. I hate these kind of situations where it's the last day of the season and we potentially will lose out big time, which is very scary. I hate it. At the same time, though, we could become absolute legends of the Bundesliga by winning the title. Bayer Leverkusen, of course, looking to win the title for the first time in a long time, I believe. I don't think they've won a title for a good, 10, 15 years or so. And I say that, I could be lying to you now. Let's just double check, shall we? Well, they've not won a title, apparently, in here for a long time. If not, when was the last time they actually won a title? Competitions. Have they ever won a title? Bundesliga. They've never won a Bundesliga title. So I kind of was right. They have been waiting a long time to win a title. More than 10 years, more than 15 years. Waiting forever. De Hood instantly gets injured. And Thomas Delaney is going to have to come on the pitch for him. Luckily, Delaney is a pretty decent player. A pretty adequate replacement. But that's a sad way to end the season there for De Hood. He's been one of the players of the season. Quite underrated, I think. Potential foot injury. Hopefully he'll be okay. But, you know, he's been a very decent player. He's been solid all season for us, and I think an unsung hero of the squad. In the meantime, though, Borussia Mönchengladbach are coming forward with the ball. Thorgan has it on the ball, puts it across to Fabian Johnson, who gets his first goal of the season. Frustratingly, of course, it's his first goal of the season in the last game of the season, which we need to win. Now, of course, if we lose today's game and Bayer Leverkusen win, then Bayer Leverkusen win the title. Not good. If we draw today or we win today, we do win the title. Though if we draw, we could win it on goal difference or by points. If we win it outright on points, of course. So we need to get back in this game. Right now, it's not looking great. Bayer Leverkusen currently drawing because they have moved 1 point behind us. Where are Bayer Leverkusen? They're away to Hertha Berlin, of course. So we need to keep an eye on that game. Now we go into half time then. 1-0 down, which isn't great. But I just have noticed Hertha Berlin 1-0 up against Bayer Leverkusen, which is very good. Hopefully that'll be good for... I mean, fingers crossed, that'll be very, very good for us. As long as Hertha Berlin stay 1-0 up ahead of Bayer Leverkusen, that is absolutely fine. We are going to go aggressive at half time, though. Aggressive, show some desire, show you make yourselves look like a team that wants to win, basically. That's what I'm trying to say to the boys out there. Just one goal. One goal is all we need, and then I can be 100% sure and safe that we're going to win the title. Bayer Leverkusen, of course, they're a decent side. They could come back into it easily. There's 45 minutes, well, not quite 45 to go now. A good 35 minutes to go, but they could still come back into that game at any point. So we need to try and get ourselves back in that game, get the breathing room that we need. We're putting the pressure on as we nearly get in there to Johnson. In fact, we're still a chance, actually, as I think this could be actually a red card as Toljan picks up a second yellow. I think that's what it's going to be now, unfortunately. Toljan, he had one job, and that was not to get sent off, and he's been sent off. Well, actually, I suppose you could argue he had quite a lot of jobs, to be fair. He probably had quite a lot of jobs on the pitch, and getting sent off was one of them, I suppose. What do we do? I might just leave the gap, to be fair. I might just leave the gap for now, because it's these kind of situations, pressure situations, that I just don't know what to do. Maybe, actually, if we move Pulisic back, he can cover that whole left-hand side of the pitch, basically. He can cover that whole left-hand side of the pitch. He can be a winger on support, and he's going to cover that whole left-hand side of the pitch. He's going to be attacking play and defensive play. Hopefully, they don't realise that. Hopefully, they'll try and... They'll think he's too good or something like that. But he's on the ball right now, trying to show his attacking play, wins the corner for us. But I feel like this could just actually be the highlights for it again. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe it is. Yeah, it's the highlight for the tactical change, unfortunately. Let's have a quick check on the game. But Hertha Berlin's still winning. which is good for us. There's a highlight going on here as well as Hazard on the ball once again, set up the other goal, blocked there, and now Royce has a chance to counter-attack, puts it towards Paco Alcacer. Lots of players in the centre of the pitch. Weigl is through. Weigl to make it 1-1. Absolutely, actually a save. I thought he blasted it over the bar. It was saved by the goalkeeper in there, which makes it slightly better. But those are the chances that we really need to be taking as it goes out for another corner, apparently. But I don't think anything is going to come from it, unfortunately. I think the highlight really was just for Weigl's chance there, which he should have buried. But unfortunately didn't. Royce, though, gets on the end of a loose ball, puts it back to Weigl on the edge of the area, who loses possession. And that's the end of the highlight. Come on, boys. We're going to say push forward as well. Push forward in these final 20 minutes or so. Again, Bayer Leverkusen still losing, although they have just drawn. They've equalised now. And okay, this is not what you want to see. Not what we want to see at all. That's the wrong thing. Hazard just... Good save by Berkey there. That was a huge save. I want to get up latest scores, actually. We'll put it over this side of the pitch. We'll make it much smaller as... Okay, well, I think we need to rely on... We're relying now on Hertha Berlin not conceding another goal. We've just got one back, though, through Thomas Delaney, which is good. That's good. Hopefully that'll be nice. If we quickly encourage the boys, that would be pretty good. Hertha Berlin have just scored. I've just literally clicked on this, and it literally came as I clicked on it. Hertha Berlin 2-1 up against Bayer Leverkusen now, which is good. We go back 2 points clear over Bayer Leverkusen. You can see their game going on just there. Chance now coming forward, actually, perhaps for us now, as Weigl clears it up towards Paco Alcacer. Their man is now sent off, so we're back 10v10 on the pitch. This could be a very exciting end to the game. 3 minutes of added time. I'm not sure if we're going to get anything out of this now. Hertha Berlin is still beating Leverkusen. It could all change, though, as Pulisic gets on the ball, puts it through to Paco Alcacer. Paco, his shot saved by the goalkeeper, out for a corner. Corner's not being shown, though, which is the issue. If we just get an equaliser, then we have guaranteed the title for us. We've got 45 seconds left on the clock. It's still 2-1 in this game against Hertha Berlin. Hertha Berlin are absolutely beautiful by beating them right now. If Hertha Berlin weren't beating them, we wouldn't have a title. So I owe a lot of respect to Hertha Berlin right now, as there is 10 seconds left on the clock for us. Now, I don't know if the Bayer Leverkusen game is going to go on for much longer. Like, potentially they could score in the 96th minute. Now, we've lost. But if we press continue and go into post-match... Can we see the full results? We've only gone and done it. We've won the Bundesliga title. Fantastic stuff. Fortunately, Hertha Berlin managed to hold out for the rest of that game, beating Bayer Leverkusen. That means that they guarantee themselves Europa League football. Freiburg just missing out. Leipzig drop out of the Champions League places. Bayern Munich go into it. Frankfurt secure Champions League as well. What a final day of the season. A few teams save themselves from relegation as well. We've won the title. We've won the title. There we go. Dortmund win the Bundesliga. Fantastic stuff there. The key pivotal match was apparently the 3-1 win we had against Schalke last episode. Fantastic. De Hood's out for 3 to 4 weeks. It doesn't matter too much. We win the title. Am I a legend at the club? Probably not. I've only done one thing. And actually, most of the supporters hate me because I don't know why, but they seem to. Oh, but this message, though, seems to suggest that actually I'm the one responsible for the team's success. So, okay. Board are only happy with me, only happy that we've won the title, not like, oh, we're absolutely chuffed or we're ecstatic we've won the title, because Bayern Munich, as you can see, have won it every year for a long time, and suddenly we've won it back, but clearly they're not happy with that. They are happy, just not very happy. Gee, 98 million for winning the league. 98, whew. To be fair, I wish we were staying with... In fact, I wish we could just transfer this money that we've got from Dortmund to Lincoln United in the next save, because, I mean, we're going from 205 million with 157 million transfer budget in this series. Monday, we'll go to Lincoln United and we'll have next to nothing. And it's going to be very, very tough financially. So, I mean, two ends of the spectrum. Thank you very much, though, for watching this sort of little mini-series, getting us warmed up with Football Manager 2019. I do apologise for how long-winded it's been for just one season. It's not been great on my part, but when we get back to Lincoln United, we're going to be a lot more consistent, videos are going to be a lot better, and I'm going to enjoy it a lot more because it's Lincoln based. I just love Lincoln. So thank you very much for watching this little mini series. We've won the Bundesliga title. That's something to tick off the list. I've never done that before, and it's one trophy now that we can add to our list for Football Manager 2019. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have done, make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on as well, so you never miss a video. Never miss the premiere on Monday. You'll get a little notification on Monday about the premiere if you put notifications on. So make sure you switch that on so you don't miss that video. And I'll see you next time for the Lincoln Loco 2.